Oh my God, we're on. We're live. This
Chat
is real.
me up.
Well,
About relationship advice.
She brings a good point. She isn't Joe, but it's going to be much better because it isn't. But you're not Jess as well. It's fine.
That is true. I'm a little disappointed. I will try to be as captivating as she is normally.
Oh, no. Jess is great. She's very pivotal role, etc., etc. But you are amazing when it comes to giving advice. So I am so happy
Please
that you're here.
take all of my advice. I'm a relationship expert. But take it anyway.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know exactly who is to my right, it is the ever incomparable Elle to the T. And the reason we say it's T is because she has no problem spilling it if she needs to.
It's true.
Right? That's a good one, right?
It's true.
Right.
I like that.
Piggy's up. Right? There you go.
And how are you today, Daniel?
Oh, I'm good. I'm Daniel. I guess I should give my introduction. Should I?
Yes.
Should I? Holla at ya, boy! It's me, the BSG. Battlestar Galactica, a.k.a. the Colossus of Clout, a.k.a. the Purveyor of Petty.
That's
me.
I know.
That's right, see? There you go. I just have, whatever, I just love giving these names. It's like, I feel like a wrestler today.
Yes.
So I just want to, have, mic skills and everything. Joe's over there in Florida doing some wrestling stuff right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, right? So we'll see how that works out. We'll see if he actually comes back with shorts. Because he didn't have any shorts when he left. And I was like, how are you going to go in the ring wearing jeans?
He's Joe.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, he's gonna wear his suit, his suit
That's
and
right.
his hat, his glasses.
That's right.
And he will
That's
be a
right.
champion.
That's right. I would love to see that. See him take a chest chop in the suit. So
what is our topic today?
Today's
relationship
topic,
advice.
What did we say? It's let's take a break. : break up to make up? I don't know. It will be much better when the producer takes a moment to actually fix it. I'm really bad at that, and the producer is always great at making sure that we get the good ones. That is a.k.a. producer Nagumi, the voice of God. So we'll
so
see
it's about
exactly
taking a break. So you're in a relationship and you want some time apart.
Yes.
So my question is, first and foremost, what constitutes a break? How long should a break be?
Ooh.
What are the rules of a break? Is it not talking to each other, not seeing each other, actively trying to date somebody else?
Dang.
What is a break?
See, that's a good thing, because when you ask a question like that and you're like, well, what is taking a break? What does it constitute? And that's something that I think the couple themselves have to be able to figure out.
Yes.
There has to be some level of open communication where you're able to say, well, what is a break? Someone says, oh, I want to take a break. I think it's a free-for-all for you to be able to ask, what is a break? What does it count for? What are we doing? Do we have rules? Are we setting up a contract? All these things you want to know. Right?
Of course, because communication is the key for any outstanding relationship, so you should be able to talk about these things. Yeah. And obviously, if you're taking a break, you've had some problems leading up to this, and you should have been able to talk it out. You know that there's issues that exist that haven't been resolved, because if they were, why would you need a break, right?
Ooh, that's a good point. I actually like that. I never thought about it that way, but yeah, that's right on it.
Yeah, because you're not going to take a break if everything's good and you're still going through the honeymoon phase and you're just like, yo, I saw this hot chick or this hot dude over there and, I want to take a break because...
Well, yeah, so in your opinion, what is a break? And in fact, have you experienced going through a break?
I personally don't believe in taking breaks. I believe in talking it out and deciding whether... things are going to work out now or not. And if you should happen in the future to cross paths again and you want to revisit, then by all means. But for me, taking a break, I don't really get the point of it, to be honest.
I agree with you. When this subject was brought up on THS hashtaggers, when it was brought up then, I remember saying to myself, why would we even talk about this? I feel that this is stupid. It's really disrespectful as far as when it comes to couples, blah, blah. That's what I said first. And then I took some time to think about it. And they were like, wait, no. You know what, Daniel? You're stupid by even saying this, because there are definitely valid reasons why someone would want to take a break. And there are reasons where maybe they're not so valid. And seeing that there is that kind of gray area, it's probably best for us to have this conversation.
Well, actually,
kind of talked about it.
I felt the same way. But actually, when I thought about it after you told me what today's topic was going to be, I actually know a couple people that have taken a break and they are happily married for any number of years and continuing going on. So maybe taking a break, I need to reevaluate the way that I think and find out what the benefits are.
That's true.
Having a relationship break.
And I was thinking about, I'm going over so many things, and I wrote something which was, taking a break in a relationship doesn't mean ending a relationship.
Oh,
nice.
Break up to make up.
Hey, that's what people do. But once again, taking a break in a relationship doesn't mean ending a relationship. Like what it says, it's pretty much just only a break. A break that helps you and your partner to have room for reflecting your thoughts and emotions, and pretty much thinking about how your future would be with or without your partner. That's what a break is. It's there to give you room.
I know, but I feel like, okay, the way that I personally view having a break is if you are just starting out dating and you've been with a person for a number of years, and maybe this is the first person you've ever dated, I do feel like in order to kind of appreciate that person, you may want to experience other people, not necessarily in a sexual way, but in some kind of very close, intimate way, in order to know that you're making the right decision.
That's true.
But actually, I don't know. I feel like as you get older, though, and the more experiences you have, the less necessary a break seems. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of reasons and options as far as why people take breaks. Looking in the chat, people are going in on just the subject itself. Layla does say, to me, a break is that BS where you want to still be in a relationship, but you want to be single on the low.
Yeah, I agree with that a little bit.
That's one way to look at it, and some people do see it that way. And I guess if you've been on the negative tail end of a break, then I would understand possibly feeling that way. But there are people, you even said, there are examples of positive tail ends, where it's like, hey, took a break and now our marriage is stronger than ever. Our relationship is really good. Or maybe they did end up breaking up, but now they're even closer friends because it took time for them to learn about not only themselves, but their partner in this time while taking a break. It is
true, because in a relationship, you do tend to become like one single entity. When you're invited to one party, you assume that your significant other is coming. So it does take some time away, maybe a break, to reevaluate yourself, your life, your choices, how you feel about everything, without the other person being there and you feeling the need to support them or to, kind of be there and share that very similar mindset that you may have shared for any number of months, years, whatever it might be.
Damn, that's true.
So I do see the benefits, but I still feel like in the end that if you have open and honest communication, a break shouldn't necessarily be the thing that brings you closer together.
Okay. So you feel that pretty much breaks are a fallacy. They're just a waste. It's like, why go through it? Because ultimately, in the end, it's like you should kind of have some idea of what you want. Is that...
Yeah, I feel like if you want to do your own soul searching to find out if this person is right for you or not, you can do that by yourself. That doesn't necessarily mean having to break up and date other people, but maybe just a loss of contact of like, hey, let's not talk for a month and see how it goes. A month isn't that long of a time. It's 4 weeks. You work, spend some time with your girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, family, and see what it's like to be alone again and see if that person honestly supports you, respects you, and is going to be the partner that you want going forward.
Ooh, I love that. Damn, that's good. So I had a few notes, just going over what it seems to be the consensus of what people say are good ideas for breaks and also bad ideas for breaks.
All right.
And I think we're probably going to look at them and sometimes pick some of them apart.
All right,
this is why I think it's going to be fun. First one, it's a good idea to take a break if you are fighting a lot and can't seem to stop.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Or is it like, well, if you're fighting a lot and you can't seem to stop, maybe you should just break up?
I feel like it depends what you're fighting about. Because I feel like a lot of people with communication, they're not necessarily... they want their partners to be mind readers. And we as humans are not mind readers. So when you're saying, like, in my past experience, one of my pet peeves is when people are late. For like dates, and I'm sitting there and I've already ordered and whatever, and I would get so upset and just be like, why are you late? And we would get in these crazy arguments. But what I really felt like is, you don't respect my time, you don't value me. But I was just too... I didn't want to admit that. I didn't want to admit that I was hurt. So I feel like communication, it depends what you're fighting about and how open and honest you can be with yourself and to the other person. And if these things are like red flag issues that you just are deal breakers, you need to break up. But if there are things that you're like, I understand where you're coming from, I understand that like I hurt your feelings, or that we can kind of work on this, maybe taking a break is okay.
I agree.
But it depends on why you're fighting.
I like it. So let's see. Let's kind of break these down. Still, it's a good idea to take a break if you are having doubts about commitment.
Yeah, I feel like that's good.
Because you may still like the person.
You could be in love with someone and still,
but you're like, but I need to get on the side, whatever that may be. Yeah. So you're like, let me just not hurt you in this way. Let's take a break, figure out if maybe I just need to sow my wild oats, or what I had at home was better than anything else. That could be the case. That is true,
because the grass is always greener on the other side is kind of how the saying goes. But there's a lot of people kind of out there too with, true. I don't know. I'm not too informed about this, but I've heard of like people being polyamorous, and maybe that's a thing that people like, not necessarily cheating, but trying to find out different types of relationships or sexuality. I don't know what category it falls under, but it might be one of those things too.
It's just an openness of love, etc. Okay. Blah, blah. They feel that they have so much to give. Well, there's many things when it comes to polyamory. That's a subject on its own.
Yeah,
almost.
But see, like, I don't think that necessarily means you need to take a break, or that you need to cheat, or that you might just be someone that needs more, I guess.
True. Hey, there are people that actually have no problem saying such a thing. Like, you know what? You're all I need, but sometimes I want more. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, because I think about it too, where it's like, some people have best friends, and I think that is absolutely great. Mm-hmm. But for me, I don't have a single best friend. My friends are all really great in very different ways. They're not the same person. We are not the same person. So it's like some advice that I would get from someone isn't the same kind of conversation I would have with someone else. Ooh. So I do get like the polyamorous aspect. I don't know if I'm like fully understanding, but
yeah, true. Oh my God, they're using my phrases. POTUS. POTUS is totally a piece of total useless shit.
Oh.
They're using my phrases. Like, oh my God, somebody used my phrase.
Oh, I thought it was President of the United States.
Oh yeah, it is. But I have to change it.
I like that.
I have some words. Another one. It's a good idea to take a break if your partner cheated on you and you need time to make a decision.
Honestly, I can have a lot to say, but if you are a cheater, that means we are not having good communication. That is a deal breaker 1,000% of the time.
I agree. I think if someone's cheated on you, well, then you need to step away. But there are some people that say there were mitigating circumstances, etc., concerning their cheating, and these are the people that are just like, they probably can't find anybody else. I don't know if that's the case, and that could be some of it, but it depends. Some people choose different things when it comes to that, like infidelity. But you have a lot to deal with when it comes to infidelity and figuring out if that is indeed the case. We're going to slow down with the list for a minute because we happen to have a call. It's a call.
I've never experienced this before.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, coming down. It is the one, the only Black Wing. Look at him.
What's up?
He's majestic. He's like just a mastermind. I love this guy. Oh, he's
You think you could walk in here and get out without killing me? Who better to know you better than your younger self?
It's true.
Bravo. See, we work well together. I love this. What's up, Blackwing? What's going on, man? What do you got concerning the topic we got tonight?
Okay, I kind of got two questions regarding taking a break from someone. I'll give you a scenario. Say, say take myself, if I go on vacation for myself and I don't contact the person at all during the vacation. Does that count as like taking a break on the person as well?
I kind of lost. I couldn't hear a little bit. So you're on vacation and one more time.
Yeah, you're on vacation and you're just on vacation just to enjoy it, and you don't really contact your significant other at all during the vacation.
Wow.
I think that's fine. I don't think that's necessarily a break, but I do feel like you should let your significant other know ahead of time, like, hey, I'm going on vacation for the next 4 days. I may not have cell reception, or, I might be busy, or I'm going to be with family, or I'm by myself, and I just need time alone.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to enjoy the time that I'm having on vacation. If I wanted to talk to you, you would have went on the vacation with me. But, that's up to you. However you want to say it, don't say it that way, because clearly you'll be single. But I agree with Elle. Communicating ahead of time is definitely important. Like we keep saying, it seems to be a through line with every topic we discuss. Communication is key.
It really is.
If you are transparent and if you are honest, your relationship can work.
And I think in terms of a break, the way that I view it, it's like, okay, maybe we won't talk to each other every day and you're taking a break from talking. But like the break that I'm thinking of is like, we are no longer considered boyfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the situation might be.
Yep.
Like, you are not my significant other anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Is the way that I think about this type of break, not just like.
I definitely agree.
You know, because even husbands and wives need a break from each other. Like, hey, we're gonna have a girls' night out. We're gonna have like a boys' weekend. We're gonna do something. So, but you're still married and you still love the other person.
Yeah.
But this kind of break is when you aren't necessarily sure if you want to continue on down this path.
I like that. That's true. You're no longer considered a unit. Now you are two separate individuals once again. But being just focusing on your conversation or your question, no, I don't think that would be considered a break. I mean, how long do people usually go on vacations? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Yeah. And then
even if you go for a full 4.
Yeah, because even then with the time difference, it might be extremely difficult, or with the phone costs of like calling internationally, or even like even East Coast to West Coast, 3 hours makes a significant difference. So.
It does. It really does.
And we had a super chat during that too.
Yes, we did. Oh, from our friend of the show.
Yes.
No, Jezer Reyes. I call him the auditor of awesome. He is so amazing. I have talked. Oh, he has to talk to seasonal girls who take breaks. Is that what I have?
So you just have like a summer girl?
Yeah. Do you have like just are you letting us know you're a PIMP? Is that what you're letting us know right now, man? That you have like seasonal girls you talk to? Hey, you're my spring girl, you're my winter girl, you're my summer girl. Like do you go through all the seasons, or do you have just particular ones that you go through? I would love to know. So please expound on that for us. But it does seem very problematic. I'm just going to let you know that right off the bat.
Unless they know up front. Because I feel like if you know you're one of 3 girls, you could either say yes or no.
Yeah.
And then you move on with your life. Because if the answer is no, then you don't want to be in that relationship anyway. But if the communication is great and you're like, I'm okay with that.
I'm that guy.
That person's okay with that, and the other girls or guys or whatever is okay with that.
Oh, yeah. I'm a guy. I accept applications for internships. That's the way I do it, pretty much. And I tell a girl, like, honestly, directly, when I'm with you, I'm with you.
Yeah.
When I'm not, I'm not. Now, remember, if I'm able to say this to you, I'm also saying this, and I will say it to other girls that I may be interested in also. I'm not looking to date and have a full-on relationship. I am looking to see exactly where things can go, and I am a free dater. If you're okay with that, let me know. If you're not, it's fine for you to walk away. I put it right out there.
And I think that's kind of important too. Like, especially the older you get, and especially for women that have like clocks kind of ticking down to like if you want to have a family and that's something that you really, really want, you're kind of on a time frame as you get up in years. You know? So I feel like it is okay, like me when you're in your 30s to be like, this is what I want. And if you're not happy with it, but I feel like the younger you are, like you have that really playful kind of like, I like you, kind of like, but I'm not going to let you know. And you drag it out. And that's fine too. And it's cute. And it's like that young puppy love. But when you get old, you just get kind of jaded and you're like, yo, this is a checklist. Do you match it? All right. Check yes or no. It becomes a more serious thing when you get older.
Now, Layla did comment on, we were going through on the list earlier. And Layla says, anyway, I've been cheated on. Sorry, automatically.
Sucks.
She says, feels weird to saying that. And I'm not taking a break to figure if I still want to be with them. If you cheat and lie to me, I'm done. No discussion about it.
I feel you.
I agree. If you're a cheater, you
kind of feel like the only people that will argue with you are cheaters.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, so that's it? Oh, because of one time, that's it? That's all it takes, my dude. One time.
And especially if they're going to guilt trip you about it, no, you don't need that in your life. You deserve better. Everyone deserves better than someone like that.
That's what I agree. I agree. Now, moving on with the list. It's a good idea to take a break if you are not satisfied in a relationship for a long time.
I think that's fine. Because I feel like you can love someone and want the best for them. Mm-hmm. And at a certain point, you might have to step away and be like, am I the best? Are they the best for each other?
I think if you've been unsatisfied for a long time in the relationship, well, then we see there's a problem in the relationship. You guys have probably already tried to talk about it a few times. You tried to grow, you tried to build, and with that, it wasn't working, and now you're just sitting there silent over it. That means, of course, R&R is going to set in. R&R is what I like to call regret and resentment.
That's not what I thought about R&R.
Right? Exactly. People think, oh, you're going to relax,
but
relaxation.
True. Like, that's a good
but
point.
That's it. And with that, that's a horrible relationship to be in.
It is.
At that point, maybe it's time to not just break, but break up. That's my opinion. So, I mean, that's just, like you said, we're going to go over them and pick them apart and add on to them, whatever it may be.
Yeah, that's a good point, because everyone does deserve to be happy, and if you're in a relationship that is not happy, not respectful, not supportive, it's not really a relationship.
No. Now, looking into it, there are some ideas that are not a good idea when it comes to taking a break.
Okay.
Going over the list, seeing what the common ones were, it's not a good idea to take a break if you just want to win a fight or have the upper hand.
Yeah, that's... Considering you are the purveyor of petty, that is a very petty thing to do in a relationship.
It is. It's something that I won't even try to steer into. That's just wrong. That's wrong. So another one is, it's not a good idea to take a break if you plan on sleeping with someone else. If that's the whole reason you want to take a break, just break up.
Yeah. In that case, specifically, a breakup. Yeah, like Stephanie Storm says, I feel like taking a break is selfish. In that situation, 100% you're being selfish.
Definitely. Now, a last one for it's not a good idea to take a break if the issue can be solved by communication and or therapy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, that is something I definitely suggest as a last option. Daniel gets hotter every episode. Woo-hoo! I do. Thank you. Thank you. And that's a man that said that. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I take my compliments where I can. That's right. Don't pick on me for eating my crumbs. They're mine. Yeah, I don't know how that helps. Yeah, no, right? They are. They're my crumbs. I'm going to eat them. All right. Now, there are some areas where I think that if you are looking to take a break, there are some questions that you have to be able to answer for yourself before even saying, let's take a break.
Okay.
And some of them are, one, is a breakup a foregone conclusion?
What do you mean by that?
Like when I say is a breakup, pretty much it's going to happen. If the if the breakup is imminent anyway, why say let's take a break? Just break up. Drop out the middleman and just go for it. Like, okay, for example, the person cheated and they actually have no remorse after cheating and things like that, but they're like, no, but I do love you. But you know there's no genuine remorse. Like, with that being the case, you can see that this relationship is bad.
Yes. It is a very toxic.
But you're like, oh, but I have hope because I remember how great they were. If it's a conclusion, let it go.
That is the downfall, I feel like, with a lot of couples. Is like, this is the person I think they can be. And I saw a little glimmer of it that one time I did this one little action. And if I could just replicate that action, this person will love me again. That is a horrible relationship to be in.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot allow yourself to be in that kind of horrible situation.
No. And it's like, yo, it's time to go. It's time to get out.
Yep.
Let it be. Now, next one is to ask yourself, why are you really taking a break?
That is a good question. That should be the first question
that comes
up.
Yes, it is. But I think it was like, evaluate the relationship and then ask the other ones. Like, but why even taking a break? You need to know what's the point of this break. What are you looking to achieve? Do you have an idea what you're looking to achieve? What are you looking to learn about yourself? You should have these answers. And if you don't, maybe that break isn't the thing that you need. Next one, are you willing to lose them? Because in a break, much like relationship, much like marriage, 50% end in divorce. Yep. 50% of relationships end in breaking up. So with that, are you willing to lose them? Because sometimes in a break, you may end up losing that person, finding someone else that's even better during the break, or learning more about yourself and realizing, I've been settling this whole time. Who knows?
That is true. And that is something you have to ask yourself. But I feel like also, if you really love that person, and this is probably like the hardest thing that anyone has to do.
Oh boy, here it is.
Letting them go, knowing that they might deserve better, and you just have to You know, it's a horrible thing to wish well on someone that you loved and, you know, kind of got rid of.
But then it's like, well, damn, I'm sacrificing my happiness for theirs.
But if you really love them and you get happiness from them, you will have happiness to see them.
Thank you.
Be happy.
I just
you want them to be loved, and you want them
exactly.
You know,
I just
to bring you happiness too. It's hard when you're bitter and petty, though. We've all been there.
Oh yes, it very much is. You're like, nope. P.S. You are now my captive.
Yes.
Audience, ha ha ha, captive audience. No. What are the ground rules and how long will it last? This is something that you mentioned earlier at the very beginning, and it's something that you should know. What are the ground rules, and how long is this break going to last? Are we doing a break for 1 month, 2 months, blah, blah, yada, yada? All right, now while we're doing this, are you going to be able to date someone else? Am I going to be able to date someone else? Are we able to go on these dates? Do we have to tell the dates that we're in a break? You need to know every bit.
That is a good point, that you might still have someone that you might want to go back to. That is being respectful of the people that you potentially might be dating to let them know what your personal situation is.
Definitely, and it's also respectful to you as a person being in this break, because you don't want to be the person that says yes to a break and you really didn't even want it. And now the thing is, you're like, so wait, what are the rules? I don't know what's going on. Like, you're mad at them. Wait, you're talking to someone. They're like, yeah, that's what you do during the break. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And then you're sitting out there in the cold. You have no idea.
We got another super chat.
Oh, Larry Newbill, care package coming soon. Thank you very much, Larry. We definitely appreciate it. We here at Quest for Player 2 believe in self-care, so a package shows us that you do care. And we also care about ourselves while we enjoy your package that you sent us. Yep. I know what I said. Phrasing.
Good question, too.
Matthew Thompson has to say, hi, America.
You get hotter with every episode.
I do.
And you got a winky face.
Oh,
I like that.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's the first time I'm getting like compliments on air. I love this. Thank you, guys. So, with that being said, how do you guys feel about on-again, off-again relationships? Is that different than people who take frequent breaks?
I am not a fan of the on-again, off-again. I feel like the breaks, you get one. You get one break in a solid relationship.
That's right.
And after that, you break up. It's just to find yourself and to, like, kind of recollect your thoughts and make sure, you know, how you and the other person, like, feels about you and how you feel about them. But on and off, no.
I am not a fan of on and off.
That's like a toxic thing, I feel like. In almost every single case. I'm sure there are exceptions out there, but if you have to do that back and forth, not great.
Well, because it becomes a push and a pull.
Yeah.
And it's like, how is that helping anyone when it's consistent as far as a push and a pull? We do have another super chat. I'm going to get to it real quick. But when he brought that up, the on again, off again, it reminded me of a song that I have been thinking about for a while, and I just thought about how to make it apply. But it's like, it goes, every time the weekend comes, I know that it won't be long till you're going to call my phone telling me, babe, come over. I know how this goes. Talk about you need closure. Too many missed calls, too many texts. Damn, I wish I missed my ex. That's the on and off again thing, where it's like, if you left me alone, I would be actually able to miss you. I can't miss you when you're always still here.
Yeah.
That's on again, off again. I don't want you here is what I'm trying to say. That's why we broke up.
On and off means you don't have the communication to make a good decision for yourself and for the other person. If you're able to communicate and you took a proper break and you really did some self-reflection, I feel like you would have the answer whenever, you know, and even if you didn't, you're like, hey, we're going to take a week for a break to think about it. And when you came back, be like, you know, I thought about it. I actually do need a little bit more time. But whenever the break is over, you have to come to a decision whether you agree to stay together or not. Whether you agree or disagree. Like, you're going to talk about it, but something final should come of it.
I agree. That's it. You got to know what's going on. Now, we got a super chat from Maniac once again. And Maniac says, I've had work friends all my life, but I only felt really close to certain work friends from 4 to 5 years ago now, as late as 2015 when they left.
Okay.
One of them shared a hobby as an artist, continued. Oh, shoot.
Whoa.
Oh, thank you again for the other super chat to finish it. We thought I was just looking for a regular.
I know, me too.
I appreciate it. But it's been 5 years since I've seen her other than Instagram, Facebook. I think it's very clear she has moved on. which makes me feel so sad. Plus, I seem to not connected to my current employees. So, with this, I'm wondering, and I've got to ask, was there a romantic kind of connection involved with this
Or was it
person?
just tension the whole time and, regrets, never acted on it?
You got to let us know. You got to give us a little bit more.
But it is dangerous with coworkers. That is a situation for another show that I'm pretty sure you guys will talk about if you have not talked about it already.
Definitely. When it comes to relationships with coworkers, it's something that I
tread lightly, my friends.
Yes. Because that's very tough. You have to remember, you go to work for roughly 8 hours a day. You'll see your coworkers more than you will see your family.
It's true.
And with that being the case, is it a good idea to be in a relationship with someone that you see at work? They will and definitely can be a distraction for you.
Especially if it's like a superior kind of
geez.
Or even in the same department could be dangerous.
Oh, definitely.
If it's a large company with thousands of people,
if it's a large company, yeah.
If your company is 5 people.
No. Oh, no. Yeah, 20, 25 people, blah, blah. No, if you got a large company and you're in a different department and usually your paths don't cross except for when you're at lunch or blah, blah, maybe we'll go for it. But if you're in the same department, you guys are working to that level, either if they're a superior or a subordinate, it's something I don't suggest because it can be messy, it can be bad, and not too many people can successfully navigate that. But
Maniac, if you did have a legitimate connection with this person and it has been some time away, I don't think it will hurt to just send a message and be like, hey, I saw you've been posting, looks like you're doing really well, I just wanted to check in, and just see if you could rekindle a friendship and then go from there, but don't have high expectations.
Oh, and the Maniac does actually give us a little bit more.
Okay.
And says, kind of regrets.
Okay.
But since leaving, I had thoughts about relationships somewhat with her outside the workplace.
Okay.
So, you had thoughts about them outside the workplace. You no longer work with that person.
Yeah. That's a safer situation for you to be in, to be honest. And I feel like...
hey... Maybe go for it. If you think that it's something that
don't come on too strong, but just check in and try to feel it out. You gotta,
I like that actually, checking in.
Yeah, just be like,
seeing
oh my god,
on.
Yeah, or like one of her posts on Instagram, Facebook, like, oh, that looks super cool, or
Yes, it's
and then maybe
it's
slide into the DMs and be like, how have you been? It's been so long.
That's right. You gotta kind of nurture it. You can't just pop up and be like, blah, here it is. Hey, I like you. No, have that kind of smooth talk. Have that conversation. Get them familiar and
another show for you to do.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, I think they actually already have. I don't even know.
I haven't seen all of them.
I know.
Catch up.
Yeah,
pick up my nerd dating skills.
Now, Larry did hit us with a super chat, and Larry says, here it is. Other people have been saying this. I like your glasses. He means love, because he said it earlier, and other people said it too.
Thank you so much.
They are loving the new glasses. They are just
actually, they're my work glasses, because they have that filter to filter out the blue light, so my eyes don't get so strained. So usually, I only wear these on Monday through Friday.
Okay, all right. And also, and I saw Blackwing or Layla was going to be co-host on here tonight.
Well, they definitely can. Come join the conversation.
Definitely. They definitely can. Phone in. Blackwing's already phoned in. Anyone else have any ideas, suggestions, or anything like they want to get off their chest concerning the topic, hit us up. Go ahead and give us a call, and we'll speak to you as well.
Or if you have any ideas for future shows, drop it in. We're on Facebook on THS Hashtaggers.
That's right.
We have a ton of email addresses.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I don't know if Fan Theories is applicable for this one, but we have a bunch of other ones.
Right? I don't know if we're going to need a new one. We're going to keep this one. I don't know. But we'll figure it out. There it goes. Well, yeah, still Facebook, THS Hashtaggers. Yes. And if there's an email address, it will pop up over our heads in just a moment. Let's go back on to the kind of questions to ask yourself.
All right.
We already covered the ground rules, et cetera. To go even further into it, do you want to have a contract? Do you want it written down all right, these are the rules, these are the things that we're talking about. It's here for both of us to be able to look at and say, all right, now we know what it is in black and white.
That is actually a really good idea. That's something I never would have thought of. But, depending how long your break is, that you might forget the terms and conditions that you agreed upon.
Who knows?
So it's good to have a printable version or something sent to your email so
you
can go back.
You see some girl, you're like, oh yeah, wait, hold on.
Is that acceptable?
Oh, dang.
can't.
I definitely would, but I can't because
I do still love this other person, but we're trying to work it out.
Yeah, we'll see in about a month when this is all over if I can. I don't know yet. I don't know. It could be that way.
Yeah, and I think that is okay, depending how long it is. If you're taking a break for like a week, though, I don't think you really need one unless you don't trust the other person. Or if your argument is about memory problems, and maybe, yes, write it down. But
well, Josh actually says also, don't become friends with a coworker's girlfriend. And immediately Blackwing asks, well, did you experience that, or were you a witness at any time to something like that? Josh says, huge first-hand experience. You know what I would love? I would love Josh to be able to call in and speak to us. Or he could just tell us right now.
You've read the Facebook message.
I've read the Facebook. Oh my God, is that the one?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, this is...
Can we talk about it more? Because I don't know what's going on.
Josh, can you give us something quick?
Yeah. Like, how do you want me to do this?
Come on over. We'll get a chair.
We have a guest. The Goldman.
The Goldman
is here. Come hither, friend.
Thank you.
Let us know about this Facebook message. Because I actually don't know.
Yeah.
All
right. Doesn't need to be that close.
I don't know.
Good.
Am I on?
You're good. Stop it.
Yeah. No.
Stop. Don't do that.
How's this work? I don't know how this works.
All right.
Look into the eyes.
He doesn't know how this works.
Right there.
Yeah. Okay. Good eye contact.
Look right at those eyes.
Frame? I don't know if I'm in frame.
Right,
yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Look into those eyes.
Okay. All right. So, back when I was living in Florida, this was like 10 years ago now when I was still in college. I was working at Universal Studios. And I became friends with one of my coworkers. We would hang out after work. And eventually he started bringing his girlfriend with. So we would go to bars, and all hang out. We were friends. After the fall, when, because I did Halloween Horror Nights. So I jumped out and scared people, made them pee themselves. It was kind of fun.
Joe's talking mess about you right now.
I mean, he's not one to talk. So,
Josh said he can't see you from where you are. He said you're too small.
So anyway, his girlfriend also did Halloween Horror Nights. We were both at the reunion audition thing so that we could both join in. And then I got her phone number. She got my phone number because we were planning to meet up with him afterwards at City Walk.
Okay.
Right.
So I had her number. Whatever. Nothing ever happened. A few weeks later, I was having an issue with a girl that I was seeing. So I texted her, I think she was the last girl that I had texted. So I sent her a message. I was like, hey, I need to vent about something. You're a female. I need your advice. So we spoke about what was going on.
Okay.
A couple of weeks later, she did the same thing. She hit me up because she was having an issue with this guy that she was seeing. And we met up at City Walk where he was working. At that time, like he was there.
Okay.
When we met up, because she was like, let's meet up, let's chat, we'll talk about this. Then I'm gonna go and talk to him because he's there at work.
Yeah.
She found out that he still had a few hours before he got off, so we went and saw a movie.
Okay.
That's fine.
Now, here's where the problem comes in. When we get up to the ticket booth, the guy at the ticket counter assumes that we're together and charges me for 2 tickets for the movie. I'm like, all right, whatever. Just buy me a drink, inside. Buy me a snack, whatever.
Yeah.
It'll even itself out. It's all.
Yeah, we're friends. It's fine.
And also, this was 10 years ago, so a movie ticket was what, $8?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So
boom.
Not a lot. The next day, I get an email, not an email, like an angry text message from him claiming that I went on a date with his girlfriend.
Because he paid for a movie
because I paid for her drink, or for her ticket.
I don't know. That's something that she should have brought up to him.
Right, and so now here's the thing. I don't know whether she used me to make him jealous.
Oh,
which is completely entirely possible. But I explained to him exactly what happened.
Right. Yeah.
And this is also a dude who, you go out with people and you buy your friends drinks.
Yeah, of course.
So we've been out. He's bought me drinks. I bought him drinks.
Yeah, and it's the same that you would do with any of your friends.
Right. So she's a friend, not a romantic interest.
Yeah.
I bought shit for people all the time. It doesn't matter. am I on a date with those people because I pay for things for them?
No.
I don't
because
think so.
I've never dated you, so no.
That might
But
be.
you pay for a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of issues in that relationship in the first place for him to know you.
Well,
Right?
Okay, so the fight between the two of them started because he sent her over to his apartment to find something for him. Like it was like, oh, well, I don't know what it was. It was like his ID or something.
All right.
In his apartment, she found a handwritten list of women from City Walk that he wanted to have relations with.
Oh, that relationship was doomed before you even walked in.
Right?
That was not a you problem, not even at all, not even a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
even like.
But
Yeah.
that killed my relationship with this guy. We're
Yeah.
no longer friends. But then a year later, he sent me a message on Facebook, like this long message about how he was still upset over that whole thing.
Wow, grudge much?
Yeah, right?
And I'm like,
Right?
I haven't seen you in forever because shortly after that, I'd moved. I moved up to like Georgia for a couple of months because I was working on a movie up there. Like this was while I was transitioning into like actual career mode.
Yeah.
So like I didn't see him forever. Didn't talk to him. Had no contact.
Oh man.
Okay, well, Jody says according to your rules or according to that guy's crazy rules, he's dated Keith, Josh, Joe, all at the same time. Because he's paid for other people's drinks or blah, blah, blah. But it's something we actually, and that's weird because as our group, we do that all the time.
Right.
Oh, we're going out and it's like, I got this.
It's easier to buy rounds than it is to like everyone pay credit cards.
I'll buy
It
this
takes 10
round,
million
you'll buy
years.
that round.
Yeah.
Like
whatever.
my buddy Eric and I from like my roommate in Florida, like we would do that for each other all the time. It's like, okay, we're going out tonight. I'm gonna pay this night because it's just easier, and then you can pay me back when we buy groceries next week, or you can pay me back when we pay rent, or you can.
But there was
next month.
distrust in that relationship, which
Obviously,
caused
yeah,
that.
right.
Because I feel like most normal people, like I get it if you didn't know her that well, but you guys are all friends. You've been hanging out. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, now, so we're gonna ask you one more question before you disappear. But we're gonna ask you the question: breaks. Yes or no?
It depends. I mean, obviously, if you guys are going on a break, there's something wrong with the relationship to begin with. If it's, hey, I need like a week, or I need like, I need to figure out what's going on with the relationship.
Right.
I don't want to date anyone else during this time, but I just need to figure out what's going on with me. That's one thing. If it's, I think we should split and see other people for a while and then kind of see what's going on. Like, what's the point?
Well, that's definitely correct. I agree with you. And that brings it up to the last question. I want to say thank you, Josh. Thank you very much for showing up. We appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen.
We got a little bit of
Josh,
drama.
the Goldman. We'll scoot over. We'll get ourselves in. Last question. How are you going to spend your time during the break? That's something that you should ask yourself, like, really, how am I going to spend this time during a break? Am I going to just kind of do it alone? It's all about self-reflection. Am I going to date other people? Blah, blah, yada, yada.
What Josh was saying, it should be on your own. Because if you have, like, a traumatic life experience, say, like, heaven forbid, like, a family member passes and you need to take care of situations. Or say you lost your job and you're not financially stable and you need to focus on getting a job or, like, reorganize your, finances or whatever. Like, it's fine, I think, at that point to be like, I am so consumed, I cannot give you the love and attention that you need. I think we need a break.
And Jordan, I love Jordan. Jordan says, because I know exactly why Jordan loves it, but Jordan is actually Jessica's fiance. Soon to be husband. That's right. Tune in for Jessica's last show on Tuesday, February 19th. We'll also find out how she did spend her Valentine's Day. Don't tell us in the chat, Jess. Don't tell us. We want to know when you're on air. But Jordan happens to say, I love when dudes buy Jess drinks. Saves me money. I agree with you, and that may be the best. Congratulations, you win Super Chat of the night. You definitely do, because I agree with it, and it's something that Joe would actually do with people. Stephanie is in the chat right now. Steph, hashtag alum, and before she moved to Australia, she's hashtag alum, and he used to pretty much send Steph out. And guys would immediately gravitate to, hey, how you doing? And she's like, oh, nothing, I just want a drink. Maybe a drink for me and my friend. And, the guys would never think to themselves, oh, well, where's your friend? If I want to give out money, I'm fine, but where's your friend? Let me talk to her, too. Who knows? Your friend may be hotter, and that may be the one I want to talk to. I'm just saying. You know, just be honest.
All right.
You know, play. You know, it's a game of numbers. So do something like that. But you know, the guys, okay, whatever. They just buy her a drink. She's thank you, and then walk away. She bring a drink to Joe, and then drink it. Or if she didn't even feel like drinking, she only got one drink, and here you go, Joe. Boom, and that's it. And I was just like, I was always astonished by the way it happened. But Jordan brings up a good point. Definitely saves money.
It does. And that's a conversation for a whole nother show, too.
It is.
If you accept that, I mean, you're never obligated to do anything that you do not want to do, ever. But do you have a little bit of a responsibility to be like, I will accept your drink, but I need to let you know that my boyfriend, my fiance, my whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Or do you just go to people and be like, group of boys, you're like, I'm thirsty.
Oh,
and it's
that's
like not that kind
one.
of thirsty, but
No,
like now you got all these drinks, you're like, all right, peace out.
That's a good one. See, okay, if I was a woman, I would do that. I'm a guy, so I'm just gonna go to a gay bar. But it's something.
Well, you got already a lot of people in this chat.
I know. I got people winking at me and everything. Hey, business is open. Business is looking good. Come on, guys, buy me drinks. And when I say guys, I mean it's all inclusive. So women too. If you happen to be old enough, meet me at a bar and get me a drink. I am looking forward to that happening at San Diego Comic-Con, at WonderCon, at all the cons.
Yes.
Buy Daniel a drink. That's what will make it. It's like a thing. #, buy Daniel a drink. It'll be amazing, guys.
You don't even have to buy me a drink. You can buy me like a quarter. And I'm like, good.
Oh, see, there you go. There you go. I mean, it's possible. So I say let's make that a thing. Buy us as many drinks as possible because that's how we'll know
Don't buy me as many
you
drinks.
love us.
Less than one.
No, buy her one and she'll give it to me.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, oh, thank you so much for my friend.
I'll just drink. And if the guy says anything, well, ding. I'll send Joe out to fight.
He is at the wrestling competition.
He is right now.
He should be learning some good moves.
Joe's getting ready so that he can fight almost any and everyone. So I have no problem with that. It's like a bulldog on a leash. You just let it go and it'll attack. Oh, boy. See? # buy Daniel a drink. I agree. Buy me a drink. WonderCon, I'll buy you a drink. Oh, yes! Yeah! DDT is going to buy me a drink! That's fine. It always works out with me and DDT, so that's fine. Well, Heal Life is DDT.
We're going to find out all about Valentine's Day next week.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys all about it next week, I promise. I can't wait. I cannot wait to know how your Valentine's Day was. But since
we don't need to know all the nitty gritty, though, right? There's certain things that we don't need to know everything. You can keep that private.
I don't want to know everything because I only know you in one way, and that's all the way I want to know. That's nothing more. So Valentine's Day is coming up. Just a quick question.
Do not take a break right before Valentine's Day. That is incredibly suspicious.
That's what I'm just gonna say.
Guys, girls, whatever, do not bring this conversation up. It is not the time to do it. Even if you really want to, wait a week.
Wait a week. But dude, how much money am I spending on something that I really can avoid?
It doesn't matter that you should have broke up in January.
No,
that's too late at this point in the game.
No, during Valentine's Day, if I have a thing where I'm not really feeling it too much, blah, blah, I go on a break the week before Valentine's Day. That's how you do it. Look. You should have been messing up the entire other time during the relationship. And now you don't deserve anything. So I am going on a break. And then on February 15th, when everything is half off, I will show up at your door and it will be half off chocolates, flowers, and everything, and we are back in love. How's that sound?
That sounds horrible. The perfect breakup time is somewhere in January after Christmas, before Valentine's Day, or otherwise wait.
No, actually, even before Christmas, because remember,
then you're shelling out all that money.
We talked about it. Cuffing season. It starts when it gets cold.
I did not know what that was until you talked about it on the show.
That's right. It starts when it gets cold, and you got to worry about it and watch out because boy, oh boy, it gets worse.
Go find that in the history somewhere. You can learn all about cuffing season.
Oh yes, very true. Toku's got something interesting about a possible topic. Do parents' relationships affect it? Yes, they do. The kid when growing up. Yes, definitely. What you do see sometimes when it comes to your parents can actually be an example or an archetype. And usually some people tend to try to replicate what they saw because it's what's comfortable for them. Yep. And by doing so, it's not always the best. So you want to learn to be able to, as I say, pick the meat from the bones. You don't want to go ahead and chew and swallow a bone and choke and blah, blah. You want to make sure that you separate the two. So you're actually having a good meal. That's the best way to say it.
That's good advice. Do not eat the bones, people.
Yeah, but that means you got to be honest with yourself also, and you got to evaluate your parents' relationship. Jordan Humphrey, the Sizzler. Wow.
Oh my God, Sky Zone actually sounds really fun. Is that the trampoline dodgeball?
Yes. I want to go to Sky Zone. Sky Zone's a great place. Ooh, for Valentine's Day, going to Sky Zone? Man, that could not be all that great, because, I mean, think about it. Sky Zone, you can take out your aggression on them.
And say it's just a game?
Yeah,
Does that get into, like, some weird...
that could be something. That's another show again. No, I can't call in for that one. All right, well, Layla can't call in concerning something, but everybody talking about Sizzler. I'm thinking what you guys got to talk about is, are they Red Lobster worthy? Beyonce does say,
with their little biscuits.
Those Cheddar Bay biscuits are something that's huge. If somebody's Red Lobster worthy, you need to figure that out. If they aren't, maybe that's not the person you should be with. I'm just saying. Beyonce said it, and I agree. I think we are really looking to end it. We have hit the hour. I was just thinking about it anyway.
So what is our wrap up for? Should you take a break or not take a break?
Well, final thoughts. It does depend, and it does depend on what you do see as far as valid when it comes to reasons to take a break, reasons not to take a break. We try to help you by giving you some insight and some questions that you should ask yourself, and also some do's and do nots. But ultimately, in the end, it's always up to you. You know exactly what you can handle, and you know what is too much for you and your relationship. So be honest with yourself, be honest with your partner, and figure out exactly what is best. What do you think?
I think you summed it up extremely well. That is everything that you just said it. Okay. We're done. Bye, everybody.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. Good night. And hit us up with some topics on THS Hashtaggers about what you would like to have us discuss. You see, you guys said it, and we brought it to you. This is what we do. So let us know. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell so you know when the next episode comes out. And do all of that to keep up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.